Greetings, my dudes and dudettes, and welcome to finally the second episode of I forgot the name. Retrospective analysis, something along those lines. I don't even know. Um, yeah, basically where I record myself playing, and then afterwards basically go over that from exactly my point of view, where you can see my mouse movements and all that, and explain my thoughts behind it, what I did right, what I did wrong, just my point of view to give you a better insight on what I was thinking on some of the more important decisions and the overall game plan, which I sometimes fail to describe while playing live, or just don't have the time, or can't just talk about that at the moment. Stuff like that. The last episode I think was fairly well received. Now this time I stepped up my game. Instead of the long, big ass bar, we have now a small bar, I guess. Better than nothing. Okay, 1 second. Let me just set myself to offline. People will not know what this is about, whatever. Um, whatever. This is all live. No, it's not live, but you get the point. And another cool addition. Wow, cool yellow circles now. I can now hear Mike shit and stuff, you know? So I think that should help and make it a bit better. And well, the game didn't even start yet. Oh, sorry, this is by the way against Putin 187. At this point, he says Lily Bolero is telling me to take red support, mixed red for support, like joke tag, if you ask me. So I was like, yeah, okay, it's not gonna be a serious game, but I might as well still record it. You never know. And I'm playing Eastern Bloc. I should probably turn off the sound. Oh, you didn't even hear it, anyways. Um, yeah, ring a ding, baby. I'm playing Eastern Bloc, fairly standard. Did some small changes to it. I put in the two cards of base mod Schützen and the BMP2, just to test it out a bit. The overall game plan is again take this road, go for this forest, take this road, go for this forest here, cut off his reinforcements, and then later on just get a town basically for free. And once I have Boris, I'm gonna push into Dimitri on two sides. I'll send some light stuff for this area here, scout here, and just, I mean, if he takes Fedor, that's fine. I didn't send much in there. I'm still gonna push Dimitri anyways once I got Boris. So yeah, standard usual stuff that you know from me. So yeah, I got two LSTR, 4 AA, and anti-tank, and just all-around purpose. They're amazing. 4 BMP2s with Mudschützen, Moderna, AKM, Mortar for the Moderna, MI25 for the town, because if you can get into the town with a MI25 with a Hind and a Special yet not G90, which is in there, you're in an incredibly good position, because for one, you have a strong infantry squad in there, and if you get it in there before the enemy can get in there, he either has to unload his units beforehand, which slows him down immensely, or he drives just into the town, fast moves, and risks losing two or even three squads of infantry. So yeah, if I get in there, that would be immense, considering that I think he's playing red support. Should be easy peasy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that against Putin, since Putin is a very helicopter-heavy player, but red for support doesn't get any AA healers from my knowledge, so yeah. MI17 for this town. One BMP2 squad for here, the other one also for this town or this forest. Scout, Spezialaufklärer in here, and LSCR in there. Yeah, and that's it. Two CVs. So yeah, let's wait a bit until the game starts. Usual stuff, I'm smoking in here in case there are helicopters, which he likes to do in there. So I have some sort of mobile cover and don't get all my shit killed. And yeah, like always, like you just probably didn't see because it was too fast. So I have this a bit faster. I have this on like 1.4 speed. Fast moving my MP2s here and here, shift, unload, and then attack moving them into like this, just to get them a bit away from the town. Just something minor. Like shift unload is just more of assurance, I guess you could say, in case you forget to manually unload. Or I. Also getting base defense fairly early. Now this is the point where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there a helicopter with a missile shooting at my Mi-25? Is that this shitty Mi-2 with this Sternast shit? But now you probably already know. Uh, it's a fucking Tiger. So he is not playing red support, as I thought. He didn't say he's playing red support. He said that he was getting told to play red support, but he actually didn't play red support. Um, so I misunderstood him. And he's actually playing Eurocore and has a fucking Tiger. So yeah, that's really bad for me. Well, not really bad since I didn't really open for it. I now checked what exactly he wrote. Wanted to write something, but then decided against it. It's not like he lied or anything. Here, something there was a Tiger here shooting, but I lost line of sight to it. So I was like, okay, I don't have to unload my SPW80s because he lost line of sight, so the HOT 2 will miss anyways. Well, it was just a stealth, which is why uh, he still hit. I lost line of sight because of his stealth and not because of the trees or something, which is what I anticipated at first. But yeah, nothing too major. I lost my hind, which is obviously bad, but could have been worse. The Panther will just go down to the OSAS and the LSTR, which is always good because Panthers are a pain in the ass. TMS-17 is doing some nice work, but nothing special. He already bought a Mirage. But so far nothing of his units in this forest, which is good for me. Also AKM is still in the open, which I failed to notice. Luckily I don't get punished for it. Also smoking this off here, so some AGMs don't fuck me up. LSCR on the left, so he's not pushing on the left, which is good to know. So now at this point I'm like, yeah, at this point I'm like, okay, no, let me wait until I'm further zoomed out before I explain. Exactly, okay. So at this point I'm like, okay, I have no idea what he's doing. He isn't pushing here, because this single web is like not doing anything. He's also not pushing here, I don't see any units, and I also didn't see any units from here or here other than the Panther and the Tiger aside, so I'm like pretty confused. Now I saw that I lost my mortar here, most likely A makes sense, which are the reason to play Eurocore really, or one of the reasons, which will be a big pain in my butt. Immediately getting a new mortar. Mortar is very important, but still, forest is still mine. So I'm like, I'm fine with it. Still is Mirage circling. But yeah, I'm like, okay. I didn't see anything here. I didn't see anything here really other than Panther landing, and neither did I see anything here. So I was like, okay, with the Moderna, I should be able to easily get the town. Get an MI-25 in case the MX-10 fucks my Sneska, which most likely will. MX-10 obviously barely has any AA weapons. Now here's the Milan 3 shooting at my Moderna. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll tank the hit. Pun not intended. And just kill the Milan, no big deal, I'm damaged, but whatever, I have a supply truck on the way and I will have the town. I tanked the first hit. Somehow, oh yeah, he moved back, and then there we go. There's a Leclerc. Let me just get a bit back. No, no, that was the Milan here. I already see something here. I didn't really pay attention to it since I was like, okay, that's most likely a transport. Anything along those lines. Yeah, it turns out it was a Leclerc. Moderna down to 6 HP. Tanks Leclerc shot and gets finished off by the Milan 3. Now, that's incredibly bad for me. 1 second. Here I was also okay. LSTR squad, I'm just gonna try to fast move into the town. Chasseur are shooting at my Watchets with their MG, so they can't use their MG, their anti-tank weapon, and the Leclerc are also shooting at the Watchets, I was thinking. So I was like, okay, I just fast move into the town, I should be able to get in there with my LSTR, and then hopefully get a lucky side shot on the Leclerc, because I need to kill that fucking Leclerc. I'm behind around 240 points with the loss of the Hind and the Moderna, and I didn't get anything, really, anything major. So that's in my eyes I definitely need to kill that Leclerc, but unfortunately Leclerc kills my SPW80. And yeah, I'm just trying to, okay, maybe I can still get into the town. There's only one Chasseur squad. I have 4 squads of Mochits, so maybe I can still get in there at the very least. Even if I don't kill the Leclerc. My Sniska got killed by the AMX, presumably AMX 10, which I think is an AMX 10. But the Hind should easily be able to deal with that. Now I'm hoping, okay, maybe the LSTR can get at least a front shot or something on the Leclerc. In fact, those are 2 AMX-10s, but should stand no chance to my Mi-25. I also bought a Syria. I knew, okay, there's a Mirage, but at this point I'm very desperate. I'm like, okay, I need to kill that fucking Leclerc. Maybe I can move the Osa AKM so much that I get a lucky crit, or at least panic the Mirage so it doesn't kill my Syria. And I'm not evaking my Syria, but yeah, I lose my Syria. Didn't even get the missiles off. Mirage even got a shot off on the Mi-25, and this Mirage even gets out. Again, incredibly bad trade for me, which it wasn't even a trade. I just lost units for nothing again. So yeah, I'm in a really bad position. There's a Tiger again, which luckily though gets down, gets killed by my LSTR, which is huge. I think if I hadn't killed that, it would have been over in like 2 minutes. Congress M sadly misses on the Ronin 3. Now he's trying to push mid apparently as well, or at least probe. But yeah, not doing much here. I need to kill those Pentagrams 90, because I obviously don't want to lose TOs or AKM. My right side is completely open, although there shouldn't really be much. The MX sensor that the Tiger is as well, so yeah. Getting the LSCR on the edges here, just in case Leclerc moves up, so I can get a lucky shot on it. But yeah, at the very least, I still have this forest, so. And I should probably also mention I haven't really played anyone versus ones in Wargame for like 2 weeks or anything, or like since the last stream, and also not a lot of Wargame at all during the past 2 weeks. So take this as an excuse for my bad micro. um, whatever. Second Moderna coming in. Now I see his supply truck. As you saw, there was a Jupiter supply truck coming in, which obviously for his Leclerc. And he's also smoking in here. So I'm thinking, okay, if you use smoke, why do you use smoke? To defend the unit against something that you can't deal with. You want to smoke a super heavy because you can't deal with an ATGM plane before it can kill you super heavy. You want to smoke the enemy ATGM infantry in the town because you can't kill it. Yada yada yada. So he obviously, well, I'm thinking, okay, there's a smoke that he wants to defend something that he can't defend with units, so he has to use smoke. Something maybe there's a Crotal and there's like no infantry or APC in the area to defend it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's move this BMP2s up and try to kill whatever is there. But I'm only moving 2 up just in case there is maybe something there after all. And this is some weird ass smoke just to get my attention or some bullshit. Yeah. I also bought an MI2 for the right, for here. I didn't see any AA so far, so I was hoping, okay, maybe he's just using the Tiger or used the Tiger and the Mirage as any AA really, and I only saw Roland in here. So maybe he has no ground-based AA on the right. So I'm getting a MR2 and in a few ticks a Hind as well to hopefully deal with the clear. Also, you just briefly saw me using my mortar and firing position into this area. I saw the supply track moving in there, so I want to try to get shots on the either the Leclerc or the supply track. Not to kill anything of them, obviously. I mean, killing a supply track would obviously be very nice, but it's incredibly unlikely that I get two direct hits or three near direct hits on that. But it's just to delay the Leclerc getting repaired. Um, in case you didn't know, if you hit a supply truck or a unit that wants to get resupplied, if you hit either of those, then the timer for the unit to get repaired is reset. If your tank gets hit and you want to repair it, you have to wait 1 minute for it so it can be repaired. 1 minute of it not getting it. Same with supply trucks. If supply trucks get like shot at, you have to wait 1 minute until they can resupply again. And that's basically what I want to do. I want to hit them, not actually damage them, but just hit them with something so they can't get repaired. There's a clear finishing off my BMB2, so it was better that I only sent two. The clear is getting repaired, as you see here. But as soon as the shell hits, the clear is not getting repaired anymore, so that's basically what I wanted to do. Now a second clear mid. That's huge. Um, I'm basically expecting him to push mid as well now, which is obviously pretty bad. I have like no anti-tank capabilities in mid or like anywhere really until my second Moderna arrives, other than a Conqueror M. So I'm first thinking about okay, let's buy a Conqueror M, but then I'm like okay, this is all just close quarter combat really. So two Wilks should be able to deal with one Leclerc, or should actually, or at the very least be a big danger to a Leclerc. So I'm deciding to buy a Wilk instead. Um, he's reinforcing the town, which is obviously bad for me, and I can't stop him. Leclerc moves up, gets a shot from the Conqueror Sam, retreats. The other Leclerc also retreats, I think. I'm not sure. We will see. Moderna coming up. Now I get a Hind to hopefully kill the Leclerc. Excuse me. And yeah, not too much happening at the moment. Left, still nothing happening. Mirage coming out again. I don't want to lose my MI2 to the Mirage, of course. I'm moving up the AKM a bit. I'm now keeping the Moderna in mid for now, because right I can at least somewhat defend with my LSTR if I lure his units deep enough into the forest, whereas in mid I have nothing else. So I'm hoping to hopefully outgun his Leclerc with Wilk and Moderna, moving up my LSTR again at the complete edge of the forest to hopefully get a lucky shot on his Leclerc. There was now a F4 FKWS in there for a second, which was very interesting that he bought that. Probably scared that I buy another Syria, which is completely warranted. Sadly, lose my MI2 to the Mistral, which is bad, so he now actually has AA there. Moderna. Moderna is in a very nice position here. It can shoot into here and like into this area, but it's deep enough so it can't get shotted from here where the Leclerc is. So I basically fuck up his infantry and without risking getting shot at. I have to watch out for the Wilk though, because it might get shot at from here, which I obviously don't want to happen. But he's retreating the Leclerc because he lost most of his infantry, so he has really no support for Leclerc. Getting the Wilk behind the town to use it as cover, and to pull it out in case his Leclerc pushes up. Leclerc now in a very weird position in here. Again, not again, um, don't don't use your super heavies or tanks generally in or near towns. At the start when I lost my Moderna, I really got caught off guard as well, because I did not expect anyone using a tank or even less so a super heavy in a town. When you micro your tanks near or even worse in a town. They sometimes behave very weirdly, especially when you use reverse. I don't know if any of you remember, but in the 2 versus 2 in the Vulcan HE tournament, where I played with Nandemonai against Patton and Firestarter, I had this Challenger 2 near town on gunboat and wanted to retreat it, but its definition of retreating was showing the rear armor towards the enemy. And then I lost Challenger 2 like an idiot. So that's why you shouldn't really have a super heavy anywhere near town. That's why I didn't think that Putin would have one as well. So yeah, I forgot to mention that. So where were we? Something like here? No, that's too far. I think we were like here. Okay. So Mystic is moving up, shooting away Mordschützen. Nothing special. Moving up the hind on the right, like I said, Leclerc in a very open position should be able to get a few shots on. Get a shot on the Leclerc in mid. But sadly I'll get a crit, but at the very least I hit him, so he can't really move up anymore because I still have to work there. Not the best trade, but I mean at the very least we went sort of even though I got a crit. But I gotta repair it anyways now, so the crit is not really a huge deal. Leclerc gets down to 3 HP, but I only have 2 missiles left. It was the fact that I was really able to shoot 8 missiles in a Leclerc. Yeah, not the best micro by him. Without trying to, I'm not trying to shit talk him, but it's just, yeah. I'm not saying my micro was good either this game, you know. My Moderna micro at the start on the right was just terrible, so it's not like I'm the best player here. Um, yeah, Moderna getting resupplied. Trying to smoke off this town now, or this area, so he can't shoot at my LSTR because I want to move the LSTR into the town, to the town here, so I can get a town again for free. I didn't see any actual fighting infantry getting moved in there, so I'm like, okay, when I smoke up the fire support, I should easily get into the town. And then again, the vampires will be a huge threat to the Leclerc, or like anything, any vehicle really. Buy another Specialny Jednotki, always nice to have. Don't think I need to mention that. Getting the Moderna into a small patch of forest here, just in case he somehow has line of sight on it. I don't want to have it in the open while repairing. T55A. It's a nice little fire support or like all-round cheap tank to have to deal with the MX-13. It's just Surder, but I should be able to deal with them with my Hind and my Snaska. Yes, I should just get into town without much trouble anyways. Or so I think. He actually has quite a bit of infantry here, 10-man squad in here, and I think another 10-man squad in there. And my LSCR have no MG. And considering their primary weapon got nerfed, that's actually a huge deal, or like even bigger of a deal than it was before, since it now loses to a decent shock infantry squad, or like clearly loses to it, which before it wasn't as decisive. Not that doesn't make them bad though, in no way. They're still very good. But he has Legion 90 Commander's Powers, so yeah, town not so good, but I'm making huge progress in that he was forced to retreat his Leclerc, his Mara 2, which makes me believe, okay, there's like nothing in there. As you can see, my Mortals barely fought at all. So I'm like, okay, if I can at least get into Dimitri for free while I lose Boris, it's a decent enough trade. And maybe I can still hold on to the forest, so I have only one LSTR squad in there, which is obviously very bad. So, yeah, the third Madonna that I bought, which I failed to mention, um, will now be moved into Boris. Again, smoking this off just to have some sort of emergency cover if there's an ATGM plane, ATGM infantry from the town, anything along those lines. But, like I said, I have a good position in mid, and again, this is all close quarter combat, so the Wilk, or if I get more Wilks, should be ideal for that, really. But yeah, he's now, because I'm pushing mid, he's now basically being forced to push into Boris. And he has a good chance of doing it. I have nothing in there other than a Moderna and the LSTR, but can't really use the Moderna effectively at close range against a Legion. I'm moving my LSTR up, thinking, yeah, they're elite. They have a uh, above standard primary weapon. They should win against the Legion. Nope, they don't. Spoiler alert. Buying a C for Boris nonetheless, though, because I want to stop the bleed, and I don't feel that mid is still is already secure enough to get a C win there. Because I'm still behind in like 200 points or anything along those lines. And yeah, I was attack moving my Moderna yet again. Forgot that I had an attack move, and it just moved forward for finding new enemies. And while I was moving Dimitri, I completely forgot about it. And what you will see in a second is yet another case of Razzmann's incredibly super pro, super heavy micro. Moderna, can anyone of you tell me what this sign is all about? Yep, I lost another Moderna, and I still didn't kill any of his Licklers. Yeah, at this point I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what am I doing? I'm in such a bad position. Yes, I have a good position in Dimitri, but points-wise I'm like so far behind. I barely killed anything. I killed his Tiger, I killed a few infantry squads, maybe a Marder too, but I killed none of his tanks. I killed some BABs, I killed some Panthers, but I lost two Modernas. I lost a Syria. What did I kill? Now I'm like hoping, okay, maybe I can get some a bit lucky with the T55 ace, but can't even pen the Leclerc at that range. So yeah, at this point I'm hoping, okay, maybe I can get into team or like just hold that in Dimitri, get a CV in there and just to get a +1 or anything along those lines until the end of the game, or like get enough points so I can just defend Boris and Fedor and still win nonetheless. But yeah, I'm in a bad position here. Now maybe I was hoping with the Murchison here and the Specialny here that at least one of those squads, if they fire at the same time, could get a side shot on the Leclerc, but the first shot misses of both, as you can see here. Second shot of the Specialny's miss, and the third shot hits, but only deals 1 damage, so not even a side shot. Yeah, lost Boris. Has a T55A. At first, I thought it was a Hot 2 from another Tiger, but as you will see, it was actually just a Milan 3 squad. Again, well, not again, but here. Circling both of his aces, not a good idea. If you have, unless, I mean, if you only have like 80 point ASFs or like really cheap ones, then it's a different story. But if you have capable ASFs, don't send them all out at the same time. When you send them out both and they just have nothing to shoot at or anything, then at some point they will just evac because they have no fuel left. And while they are refueling, you have no ASF to call out, which gives the enemy a window to use their planes fairly freely if you ignore AA, but they don't have to fear any ASFs for that time. So if we have two or more, or like especially if you have two ASFs like a Mirage or KWS that are fairly strong independently, only have one circle at a time, and when that plane is evacuating because it has no fuel left or because it just shot all of its missiles, then send out a second one. And you might say, okay, well, he has two Mirages, so he sends out the Mirage and the KWS. But in that case, send out the two Mirages at once and keep the KWS behind in reserve because that's just better individually. So yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, buying a Sobel for the right side now because I know, okay, he likes to use helicopters. I need to get some AA there. I can't risk losing my CV to a stupid helicopter sneaking around. But yeah, not much happening here at the moment. And now spot a Leclerc here. So I was like hoping, okay, he has Leclerc here and in Dimitri. So at this point, while I'm in here, I should be able to get shots on it without getting shot at by the Leclerc. So maybe I can deal together with the work with that Leclerc uh, without losing my Moderna yet again, my last Moderna. Don't have line of sight, so I might as well kill the Legion. But I stop in here because I don't want to move out too much. So then the Leclerc, wherever it is, would be able to shoot at my Moderna. But he moves up his Leclerc now, trying to retreat because he has a high rate of fire. And Congress M, please, please. No, excuse me for that. I had to sneeze really hard. Um, Leclerc gets fucking side shot. So yeah, really, really good for me, obviously. So I made up some points that I lost the Legion now in the open. So they're basically just like it's like shooting ducks here while they are in the open. There's a Leclerc, so I have to watch out with my tanks. Oh yeah, in case you wondered, the seven side armor of the Leclerc is low enough to get one shot by the Conqueror's M. You need 10 side armor or 10 armor to survive the Conqueror's M shot. Legion, they're panicked, so they shouldn't hit. That's still retreating my Leclerc just in case. Nice, overwhelming my LSTR a bit with his infantry. But I have Mortis in behind, I have mortar support, so yeah, Wilk nearly gets down. But I'm still able to retreat it. But yeah, nothing really major. I completely lost my foothold in Boris in the forest. But yeah, now just some small skirmishes going on, nothing special really. Just shoot and scoot like always with super heavies. Shoot, get out of cover, shoot, and then get back into cover. That's the Leclerc. Got a side shot on my Moderna. So nearly lost my Moderna here yet again. I'm trying to get a lucky side shot on his Leclerc. Um, as you can see here, barely out of range. If I hit that, then that would have been very nice. But he retreats to Leclerc, even gets my LSR squad, which is bad because LSR is so important against him with all of his helicopters. But yeah, at the very least, I'm now here in a good position. I have Murchison that are able to move up in here. I have BMP2s to give fire support. And then hopefully I can maybe even put some pressure on the left side of on Fedor. But both of my tanks are severely damaged, so I'm basically fairly defenseless in mid at the moment. Only really infantry there. My Congress M are empty. So about two new supply trucks, and you see me here, my empty supply truck also moving back. And I'm not wasting my supply trucks, my empty ones, because as you probably know, more supply trucks resupply faster than single ones. Like four small ones resupply faster than one big one. So what I'm doing is, or will be doing is, I'm grouping up. Oops. Um, my two empty supply trucks with my two full supply trucks, so the four share the supply and resupply even faster. Now here I see a Leclerc coming in, and as you know, my Moderna and Wilk are severely damaged. So I'm thinking, okay, I have nothing to defend against Leclerc, so Instead, I'm resupplying my Congress M really quickly, so I have like something to defend against Leclerc. So he just can't move up freely. And but yeah, other than that, nothing major happening here. Trying to get my infantry here at the edge, but as you will see, he's able to spot them even though I wasn't even shooting. And he still has his Legion squad in here into that stupid ass forest and a scout, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, now here, this Nesca is being moved up just to harass him on the left. Maybe get a lucky CV snipe if it's just a cheap, more or less in the open there. Yeah, getting a 20. I have the points and I need it. He has 2 Leclercs. And I definitely need to be able to deal with them. Now on the right, I see a Panther on regular, which suggests that he's moving buying a CV, infantry CV for Boris for the town. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can get a lucky shot with my mortar and just mortaring that. CV only has 5 HE, my mortar has 5 HE, so yeah. Lost 2 BMP2s here, which is bad, but I'm moving up my LCR to draw their MG fire and then the BMP2s behind it. Nothing special. Trying to mortar this Legion to maybe kill them or at the very least like damage them so they can't get repaired. These stupid scouts are still in there, which is very annoying. Leclerc is moving up. My Conquerors are resupplied. My tanks are fully repaired again, though. Conquerors gets a nice optical failure on it. But yeah, Leclerc sadly makes it out alive, but at the very least it's got a crit and is damaged, so it won't do much for a while. Sneska sadly get killed by the Tiger, the new Tiger. I kill a Mistral squad though, which is nice, and a VAB. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can in the future buy a Mi-25 with specialists in here, unload them in there, and then maybe get into the town with a Hind as fire support, and fairly cheaply get the town and kill the CV. Hind, if the enemy has no AA, Hind is one of the best fire support units you can get, or cost efficient. Another Wilk, again close quarter combat ranges, so the super heavies combined with the Wilks should really, really trouble him. Yeah. Again, nothing much here. Also have some modulets in 90 for some more anti-tank capabilities because I ran out of LCR. Just always, if you see something on the flank moving or spotted, always check what it is, what could it do. Maybe he's preparing a push, but it was just an MX-10. Most likely he's just using that to defend the town. Leopard 2 but it shouldn't really do much. I have modulets in 90 in there with 24 AP, a wave coming up, and I also have a C for Dimitri. And now also have a CV for Fedor because I knew, okay, he doesn't have a lot of stuff in Fedor. He had like that one Mr. Squad, that one Chasseur Squad, maybe 2 in the town, but he's basically himself just defending his CV. So I'm like, okay, this should be fairly safe for a CV. And I also haven't seen any bombers of him so far, or any artillery other than mortars, and he likes to use um, both of them really. Yeah, there now is a clear in the smoke. Getting off my Murchison, but it's not a huge deal. Panzer against 90 could be annoying, really. On the left, there's a Leclerc. And yeah, I'm just trying to now, okay, Leclerc, maybe I can get some shots off with Wilk, Moderna, and Twadi. Maybe even get a side shot with my Murchison 90, which would be really great for me, of course. Yeah. We'll just see what happens. Get shot off with my Wilk and Moderna. My Murchison sadly miss, which probably would have been a kill. 1 second. Okay, back we are. But yeah, sadly Monchits miss. The curse down to like 3 or 4 HP. The smoke saved it. But at the very least, I didn't really take much damage. I damaged the clear, and yeah. CV moving into Dimitri, so I will soon take +1. And once it is in feeder, I will take +2. The Clarice now was shooting here at my TR and spotted it, so that means these commandos para sadly are still alive, which is of course incredibly annoying for me. I wanted to attack move the 20 a bit up. Like as you saw me attack moving into this, so I can get it into this position, and once it arrived there, it's press stop. But again, I forgot that I had it on attack move, and then now it will just move out in the open, even though I spot nothing to shoot at. I got a shot on the 204, but yeah, I forgot that I had to attack move, immediately retreat. You don't, obviously never want to have your tanks just like that out in the open. Not your super heavies at the very least. There's Leclerc again. Try to get some shots off with my Leclerc and Moderna again with the Conqueror M. Conqueror M are sadly out of range. Take a few too many shots with the 20, so I'm like, okay, let's retreat. Don't want to risk anything. Now the MI-17 here kills 2 infantry squads, just 35 and Panzer 90. You see me while I'm doing this here, often mentioning stuff like just showing what's happening, even though you can see it for yourself. But that's important. Sometimes I just don't notice the things that happened, like the Moderna just attack moving into the Leclerc on the right and Boris, the second Moderna that I bought, but then realizing too late that it happened. Stuff like me noticing that the Mi-17 just killed 2 infantry squads for free, that obviously does change, or at least might change, what I will buy next. So I'm also mentioning stuff that I just realized, okay, that just happened. So I'm not like in the end, oh, where's that Pentagon's 90 squad that I just spotted earlier, you know? I saw that it happened, and that of course changes how I think. So I know, okay, the Pentagon's 90 squad is now dead. I can move up the work a bit more freely in that area, even though it's something fairly trivial that happened. But it's important that I notice that. If you understand what I mean. Also, AKM gets a shot on the KWS, but not a crit, so it gets out. But AA hasn't been so far that important other than against the Tigers, because he only really bought ASFs, no anti-tank plane, no bombers, so yeah. Leclerc now moving up again. Tuori gets damaged again, trying to move up my Wilk and Moderna. I sadly lose my Wilk, but the LSCR and Moderna could be able to get a shot off. LSCR gets a shot off, Moderna will get as well. But savior of the day is yet again the Conquer Sam squad. So yeah, I lost the LSCR squad and the Wilk for Leclerc, which is fine by me. There's now not only the Moderna really left to defend the CV, maybe the Wilk and the Tuori, but both are damaged. I know the Tuori is damaged. And now you will, in a few seconds, you will see something very important that not everyone would do. You see here, the Wilk and the 204. Both have nine rounds per minute. Rate of fire, the same rate of fire. But the Wilk has an autoloader, which of course which means that its rate of fire doesn't get affected by morale. Both of them shoot, both survive. The Wilk is shaken. Come on. Shaken, which obviously means, okay, it won't hit as much, it will aim slower, but at this point, at this range, of course, you see still 99% accuracy. So what do you do here? You may have heard me saying every now and then, never right-click with your tanks, always attack move, but in this scenario, you never want to attack move, you want to right-click towards the enemy. Because if you attack move, your tank will stop as soon as it can shoot at something, and start aiming. But my tank is shaken. So if I attack moved here, while his level 204 is reverting, by the way, it is reverting. And while he's reverting, my work will now stop, or like stand still, and waits until it is finished reloading. But the 204 is reverting. So in a half a second, it will be out of range. Then my work will move again. And then once it spots the 204 again, it will start aiming. But then since the 204 is still retreating, it gets out of range again, and the Wilk loses line of sight. So what I want to do is just right-click into this area to not have this happen. And as you saw, I killed the 204 because I have the autoloader. I reload quicker, and we are both 2 shots at this range. So if I had attacked with there, I wouldn't have killed the 204, and I would have lost my Wilk for nothing, basically. So that's something very, very important to keep in mind when using tanks in close quarter combat ranges. Yeah. In case you didn't know, 13 armor can't get one shot by kinetic weapons if it's at full health. Pick off a Moderna, pick off a 2A4 with my Moderna, which is obviously really, really nice. But Moderna and 40 both damage, get another supply truck. Lost most of my defenses here, but moving up into here and here, maybe again can harass him in Fedor. And I still have these PMP2s here, which might be able to do some fire support work. Getting another wig. But yeah, at this point I'm thinking, yeah, I'm in a really good position. I killed two of his Leclerc, I killed two 2A4s as well, so yeah, I'm definitely in a good position now, much better than earlier in the game. And I can be a bit more aggressive. And maybe even afford some base defenses, some more base defenses. I'm also ahead in conquest points now. And even if I lose Dimitri, CV, yeah, I should be in a decent position. And I still have tons of infantry coming up. Getting another scout because I really had no scout at the front line at the whole time, which isn't that big of a deal in that area, but it's still very, very nice to have. Well, yeah. I was trying to attack again, but I'm in a defensive position. He has nothing to support his tanks, whereas I have, even though it doesn't look like much, this Mortritz squad, which can tank a shot from the Leclerc, and with, it basically means if the Mortritz is the first thing the Leclerc spots, it will shoot at the Mortritz, which means I can move up my Moderna and get a free shot on it, which is exactly what happens. I retreat my Moderna, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I wanted to go the safe route and not lose it stupidly, which may have been a better scenario since there's another 2A4 moving up. But it gets killed. 20 gets very low, but certainly a very nice trade for me. But yeah, nothing much happening here. Another 2A4 getting repaired at the top. Cassiope now on the right. Now this is a typical Putin move. When he's losing, he just sends helicopters around, and this is exactly why I bought this Sopel here. Because of this. So now I'm buying another T55A because I know, okay, he's pushing. Moderna gets a shot on the 2A4, gets it down to 3 HP. I get another shot off, but it still doesn't die, sadly, down to 1 HP, but at the very least it's basically useless. Mystery moving up, but not doing much. Now Tiger's coming in on top of the Cassiopes, and Cassiopes on the left, which you may have just spotted, but I didn't at this point. So I'm only focusing really on the Tigers, but yeah, they're still losing. He's flying out his ASFs to basically tank the AA for his Tigers, but he's too late. He tanks the also AKM shot, but I have a Sopel near my CV, so yeah. And now there are the Cassiopes. It might obviously get the CV, but whatever. I have a Sopel in base, Sopel, two Sopels at the front, a Sopel on the other CV. Even bought an AA healer, so yeah, I lost my CV, but who cares? I'm in a really good position again. Only thing he left in my eyes at this point is a Leclerc. Spoiler alert, I think at this point it's already dead. I didn't even notice. I didn't notice until the end that I killed the third Leclerc. But yeah, so not much happening. Yeah, I lose my CB at the front, but a USC will come for the 2-pointer in a few minutes, or in a minute or so. So him taking a +2 is not a huge deal. More helicopters on the left. Tigers and Tiger and the Cassiope, I think, but I have this Opel here. Opel is just really, really amazing. And yeah, really not much happening now. I'm basically now in a few seconds attack moving everything in mid because I see, okay, there's really not much. Getting a CB in a less obvious position this time. Yeah. Just attack moving everything. I know, okay, I'm basically winning. I can't really lose that anymore. Even though I played like shit at the start. And yeah, basically wraps up this game. And he will surrender in a few seconds. Him failing at the attack on the right obviously made me move my stuff there as well. Didn't do much, but better than nothing. I kill a CV in a 2-pointer and that's basically GG. Now buying some more AA in the base just in case. And that's the game. 1 second, there's the KD. 3,725 to 2,960. Fairly one-sided. I think the first half of the game would have probably looked the other way around, where I lost most of the stuff and he had a better KD. But I think I had a nice comeback. Just going through the kills. Congress, obviously the hero. Getting the two Leclercs. Um, yeah. And then you will see that Twari killed a Leclerc. Which again I didn't even notice. But yeah, that's that's it. That's this. Yeah, I mean that's that. Whatever. Not that. That's it. That's it. No. I'll stop now. Um, let me think what you thought. I hope it was not too boring. I think it might have been a bit boring after the first 10-15 minutes or something. Whatever. And yeah, let me know what you thought. I think the first episode was fairly well received. Let me think what you thought this time around, and I'll see you in the next video.